alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, Reha. Yeah, just like it'd be great if you can just kind of give people a bit of motivation, a bit of tactical advice that you followed, so people have a much better understanding of how exactly you close this 1,000 pound client. I know this was through phase one, but generally more mindset we're looking for here. That'd be great.
Yeah, definitely. Alhamdulillah, just over a week ago, I've closed my first client, and it wasn't through cold calling. It was someone that I had worked with previously. So Alhamdulillah, that 50% of the work was done. They already knew me. They already trusted me. They knew how I work. So I think that was a huge step in my favor. And I did have to do 2 meetings though. Initially, it was with the business owner, and then they needed a second opinion. So then I did another meeting with 2 people. And Alhamdulillah, we got through, closed that deal. And subhanallah, I can't tell you, it's such a big relief for me, because I was terribly worried for the last few months, because every challenge that could come my way came my way, and I had to do a hell of a lot of troubleshooting. So I've learned a huge amount, especially at this phase. And I think for most people on this program, phase 2 is probably going to be the biggest learning curve for all of us, in terms of how we are as people and also as business people. And I've got a few steps that I wanted to share. Some of this is going to be reminder and repetition, but I think it's good to go through some of these things anyway. So the first thing I learned myself, and I hope most people start to realize, is that you are the business's biggest limitation or its biggest asset. Your limiting beliefs, your perceived boundaries, your mindset, your energy, your productivity, your sleep, your nutrition, your exercise, all of those things count, and they all matter. And I can tell you, when I was lacking sleep, nutrition, exercise, all of that, it showed in my business. There's no getting away from it, because you are the business, and it shows. The second thing is, you realize very quickly throughout this process what you're not very good at, or what you need help with very quickly. So for example, if you're very time poor, like I was, you're going to struggle to do the leads list, and you're going to struggle to make those cold calls. And also, if you're not particularly good at sales, that's not going to be very good either. But alhamdulillah, the next phase deals with all of those things. But like Brother Azam has said again and again, all of these things are temporary, and you just have to go through this. There's no other way. You just have to keep going. That's it. And inshallah, at some point, you're going to replace those. These are like our miniature pain points along the way. You're going to replace those as well, inshallah. The next thing is to make sure you actively give more, and the more you give, Allah will give you more. And that's not just in terms of money, that's also in terms of time, energy, services to your parents, your family members, children, all of those things. The freedom that we want, the freedom of not being bound to anything, and having the choice that, I don't want to do meetings this afternoon, I want to spend it with my family, or something like that. And just consciously giving for the sake of Allah, and Allah gives back, no doubt. The other thing is just making sure we prioritize our faith. I think most of us do that anyway, making sure our salahs come in before the meetings, and we accommodate all of the things that's pleasing to Allah. The next thing is, I'm sure we all know this, but we quick to forget, is that consistency equals barakah, period. When we do things again and again and again, Allah just puts barakah into it. It's just how the world works, finished. And then the last thing is, the secret sauce to your business is literally you. And I came face to face with that myself over the last few months, where I was reflected in my business, my mindset, my energy, my light, my boundaries, whatever it was reflecting in my business. So if we want to change those things, we have to change the way we work and we operate. And the last thing I just want to say is, you just have to do what Brother Azam says. It's literally that. You just have to keep going, do the steps, trust in Allah, and, try the camel, like he says, and you just have to do it. That's it. You just keep going. And that's all I had to say. Alhamdulillah, it was really challenging for me. Brother Azam knows that I even rage quit once. But I came back and I thought, okay, no, I have to see this through, because now it's not even about the business anymore. It's about me. It's a personal challenge now. Am I a quitter or what? So it's just one of those things. But and I sincerely pray for everybody on this program that they get to their goals and you know, wherever they want to be, inshallah, and all of us collectively in this one and the next as well. So thank you for letting me say my two piece. I appreciate it. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum.
That was incredible. Like, you know, it really shows that you took the time to prepare the notes and prepare the points for everyone. So I really hope everyone can feel her energy as well, because you genuinely can tell when someone's excited, and you know they've kind of come across kind of a breakthrough within their own mindset. The personal challenges, there were personal things that came up as well, but Reha kind of went past it and actually, alhamdulillah, got her first client and just jumped straight onto her first high ticket client. You can kind of call it a high ticket, I guess. But yeah, what this allows us to do is have one, confidence, and also cash as well, to then put this money to go on to lead generation ads and really scale her business in the next coming year. I have very, very exciting stuff coming in January and February. Not just the things that we discussed last week when it comes to program updates, but also inshallah, a new business that I'm starting, which will be very, very useful for you guys. You know, how exactly I'm going from scratch and hopefully scaling it to 7 figures, literally in front of you guys, step by step. I'm recording everything. Just yesterday, I sat down for 30 minutes, recorded a VSL. You know, I would love to show you that, but only once it works, because it does not matter right now, because it's just a video right now. Well, up until that point, we'll let Ryan take over now. I'm sure he has some key points prepared for mindset. And, you know, of course, we can cover a few sales and mindset questions afterwards. So, Ryan, please take over.
Brilliant. Thanks, Azam. And congratulations, Reha, again. That was amazing. I was taking some notes to make sure, just you dropped a lot of gems there. You dropped a significant amount of knowledge there in a very short period of time. And I think it's amazing. Hopefully everyone else has taken notes as well. My big takeaway from what I think you've seen from it as well, it's you against you completely. There is no other obstacles that will really stop you besides yourself. And I kind of want to touch on, so looking at where we're all going to be in the next 12 months, looking at the goals you can set for the new year, looking at some mindset shifts you might be having to take in order to then reach that next level, because that's all it is. It's a lot of perspective shifts and mindset shifts. And, you know, I'll help you all kind of navigate those as well. I can speak from my own experience and all the students and operations I'm involved in. Touching back to what Azam said as well at the beginning of the call, this time of the year is always a funny one. I'm always against what everyone believes, and I go, it'll be super busy anyway, super productive, and it has been my end. Just to give you some insight behind one of the operations I'm running, I took over a new operation. We launched a new offer. They've currently collected $64,695 in cash. I'd love to screen share, but I can't show it, NDAs, but that's led up to Christmas. We even had 8 high ticket sales calls with 2 guys working on Christmas Day, and we've been getting deals every single day. Yes, it's not as busy as we all hope, because there is still Christmas. But one thing I'm seeing, this market I'm primarily in is America, but then we do cover the rest of the world as well. It's an amazing time now to nail down your goals and kind of set the value you want to put into the market and what you'd like to achieve, because there's an abundance of opportunity already here and coming, because so many things have shifted in the world. I won't go silly high level, but there's a lot of things that have shifted in the world over the last few years, and there's now a deep awareness of opportunities that exist online more than ever has been, and people are more receptive to conversations and interested to see how they can improve their business with the less conventional and go for more of the technological stuff that you guys are involved in. So the market is really receptive, is what I will tell you all now, which is why I should be really excited for the goals that you guys set. I'm sure I'll get to know one of you, each individual of you, more as time goes on, so I can help you fine tune your goals more. But I guess it would be good to hear from you all. Just put your hand up and we can just pull you out. Maybe some of the goals you've really set for the next 12 months based on what you've learned from this month and how your outlook is actually looking for the next 12 months, what you're really trying to achieve. And then I'll help you guys kind of shape some perspectives and mindsets to help you get there. But it'd be good to just hear where you're at with your goals, because I appreciate everyone's at a different journey point. We're all heading towards the same end point, but we've all come from different directions from all different areas. And one thing I'll say, when you share your goals, you know, you'll start to see how it helps someone else shape theirs, because we all have different viewpoints and perspectives. And I think it's a really good thing when you speak it out, because you put it into existence at that point now. And then we can kind of, after we've kind of spoken our goals, I'll help you break down some of the steps to help you get there, and just some things to help maintain that mindset, because ultimately you're going into an area you haven't yet ventured into. You may have tasted it before, maybe had a little shot at it in the past, but now you're going in with it full on. There'll be certain things you'll have to face, certain obstacles. Azam's been there, I've been there, I'm sure some of you have been there as well. So it's just about being aware of them. Yeah, they're going to come up, but when you have the bigger goal in mind, you look at those things and just go, well, it's just what it is. It doesn't derail you. So yeah, if someone wants to put their hand up and just kind of share their goals, kind of where they're viewing the next 12 months for the business, we'll start with the first one, and we'll take it from there, if that's good with you.
If no one raises their hand, we're going to do selective people, so you might as well do it. We need at least 2-3 people to do it. I'll do it as well if you want. I'll do it at the end. Come on. I'll do it. People already that have momentum might as well just, you know, speak on into existence, like what exactly you're aiming for in the next 6 to 12 months. Just one personal goal, one business goal, 2 things that excite you. Go on, Abdou.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. First of all, I just wanted to let you know, guys, that I'm thankful for Azam for putting me on this program, because he kind of caught me at a time that was really unexpected. So just before I kind of launched my agency with him, just before I lost my job and I got married, and when I actually lost my job, that was the moment I went all in. And now I can proudly say that because of this program, I'm at 11K a month consistently now, and I'm happy for that. I'm grateful for that, and I believe that everybody can do this, right? So if I can do this, I mean, honestly, I'm not really special, to be honest. I'm not the smartest guy. I just watch a lot of YouTube videos. I just learn a bunch of things every day, and I believe that if you guys can do the same things and just apply what Azam says, you guys can get to that 10K a month mark really fast, also, right? So second thing would be for next year, what I'm aiming at is so basically, I believe that one of the reasons why I got to 10K a month so fast is because I wanted to reach 20K. So when you aim for a higher, you know, target, you will slowly get a little bit less from that target, or maybe more, right? So for me, in the next 6 months, I'm really trying to get my agency to 30K a month, to maybe reach that 20K mark, or maybe 40K mark, right? So I'm gonna go all in, and you know what Arzon was telling me to not stop my ads and all that. I mean, I guess that if I listened to him, I would have been probably at 20K right now, and I believe that. So next time I'm starting the ads, Arzon, I promise, I'm not stopping anymore. I'm not stopping anymore. I'm laying so much money on the table. I'm leaving so much money on the table, like I can literally see what you're talking about. So I guess I'm gonna start it, you know, next week, the ads again,
100%.
inshallah, and yeah, get to that 30K, 40K a month, inshallah. Because now, once you reach that 10K mark, you just see that it is so possible to get to that 30K, 50K a month. Like, you see that it's not even that much of a deal. You see other people making like 100K a month and all. You see all of the opportunities, the niches that are out there. So right now, you guys, y'all can't see it yet, just because you haven't reached that momentum. But once you do, your eyes will open up real fast. So yeah, that's my goal.
100%, 100%. And you know what's so interesting, like how Reha was saying before, that it's all about personal development as well, and how you develop yourself as a person. It's incredible how you've become so much more confident of it. Like when we first started, you didn't speak like this, like the energy, like again, that you brought right now, the way you were giving advice, that wasn't there before. Like this is
That's right.
that's right.
Yeah. Alhamdulillah. And I believe I got there really because I didn't have a choice either. Because I honestly did not have any plan B, unless, you know, getting another job. But I didn't even look for another job. I just went all in the agency space, because I knew that as long as you go all in it and you just look for results, you'll get them. right? And that's what happened. So yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Absolutely. What I would do moving forward is 2nd, 3rd January, start the ads at about $50 a day, because there's absolutely no reason why you wouldn't do that. 50
Yeah.
median is about
Yeah.
28, 29 pounds, which is nothing. And then, for example, you get your next 3K close, because now you're charging 3K.
Yeah.
And you've got an upsell system as well. So what I would do then is take half of each potential close and keep putting that back into ads. For example,
Ads, yeah.
3K. What I would then do is add another $50 to the ad set, the same ad set.
Mhm.
Keep doing that, and each ad set, don't put it more than 120 Canadian, because then the algorithm kind of messes up and tanks. So, for example, there's at the beginning of this year, we were. So I'm calculating in pounds to dollars. I'll just say pounds. So at the beginning of this year, we were spending 5,500 pounds in ads. This month we spend about 15,000 pounds in ads. So it's basically about gradually scaling and kind of getting comfortable with it as well. And it will be kind of daunting. Oh my God, spending more money on ads. Slowly you adapt to it. And for example, the last month that you were running ads, what ROAS did you get? Like, how much did you spend? And you made about 12.5K. So how much?
Yeah, last month I spent, I think, 2K. I spent 2K on ads, and I got back I think a little over 10K, like maybe two. Yeah, I think 12.5, like you said. Yeah,
12.5.
12.5K.
You
Yeah,
mentioned it was 12.5. So it's about a 6x ROAS. So at that 6x
yeah,
rate, if you want to make
yeah.
30K, you just need to spend
Mhm.
5K in ads.
Yeah, and ads, yeah.
You have the answer.
It's just maths, man. Numbers game, like you said.
Exactly.
Abdou, have you always thought that numbers game, or was that a shift you had to sort of take working with Azam to get you into that? Because I imagine dropping 2K into ads for the first time would have been an interesting experience.
Yeah, that was crazy. To me, I was gonna do something else with that 2K. Quite honestly, I didn't think that dropping out on ads would make me more money. Like at the beginning, you don't believe in it because you don't get immediate closes, right? You don't just spend $1 and just get a close. But over time, you realize that you just get better in sales and just close people, and that's how it goes, man.
Yeah, absolutely, brother. But yeah, no, really appreciate you sharing that, Abdul. Anyone else?
Sure.
Just one more person. One personal goal and one business goal. Even if you don't have a client yet, your business goal could be just getting your first client. Nafisa.
Hello, everyone. Assalamu alaikum. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Well, I figure I might just volunteer. Yeah. So I think I'm in my 2nd to 3rd week phase. I'm very grateful that I met you, and I'm very grateful that I'm meeting the team. I'm happy, and I'm very, very optimistic. I keep telling Azan whenever we meet that whenever I start having doubts, I keep believing and remembering his advice that look, tie your camel first, and then believe and pray and think, have a firm belief that things will work, and I believe in that. However, having said that, my first week was very smooth. I did what I was meant to be. My 2nd week, unfortunately, I had a family incident. I told him, and still trying to bounce back. Super busy last week, so I couldn't start the phase 2 properly. But starting from yesterday, I have watched the video, and I'm about to start the call called ASAP. But with the encouragement of Abdou and Reha, I think there's nothing that is possible. It gives me more firm belief. My goal, as when we started, I told him I want 5K to 7K per month, and inshallah, maybe I should make it to 10K. Let me follow Abdul's advice, maybe 10 or 15, so that at least I will go something slightly below that. But I'm optimistic. My goal is nothing less than 10K a month, 5 to 10K a month, inshallah, and hopefully, yeah. That's my business goal. My personal goal, inshallah, is to keep growing, to keep learning, and never stop, and work on my time management and consistency. These are 2 things that I really need to focus on and work on: time management and consistency, basically. But inshallah, but it's something that to put in with this group call weekly and everything. I think it's achievable. I have no doubt. Thank you.
Samira.
Yeah, so I wanted to keep it quite short because me and you, we kind of spoke about this. So inshallah, this time next year, I really want to see myself leasing a new sports car. You know, we've talked about, me and you both talked about it a number of
Wow.
times. So that's a massive, massive personal goal of mine.
Which one?
Because
Tell everyone.
so I have two ideas in mind. The first one, I thought about buying leasing a GTI for a long time, and then Azam introduced, you know, the R line that you were talking about.
Yeah.
So I'm looking into that. I didn't know much about the R line until recently, so I'm looking into that. Or basically, something that I've been having my eye on a very long time is the Civic Type R 2019 version. Just because I love the specs and everything, and it just looks amazing to me. So I'm really, really excited for that. And then as a business goal, because this personal goal is quite tied to the business goal, but reaching that 10K a month, inshallah.
Inshallah. Definitely. No, I really appreciate you guys sharing your goals, and it's all about inputs, guys. It's all about inputs. Like I'll share my input goal. I won't go into, you know, the target, because what my biggest fear is that I say things, I do this, and I don't actually show you guys. And because I'm someone that you guys are not looking up to, but you kind of see me as an example. So I wouldn't want to do that to you guys. I'll tell you my input goals. So by this time next year, I would like to be spending a total of 50,000 a month on ads, and that will be basically, I think, just over more than 3 times what I'm spending right now, and hopefully, in the worst case, getting at least a 5x ROAS out of that. And I would also have a closer goal, as in I need to have 5 full-time closers. So again, I'm just focusing on the inputs, because over time, after doing this for quite a while, all realistically it takes is just the strategic inputs. So 5 full-time closers and 50,000 or around that mark in ads. That's my input goal. And just making sure that I have mental peace. I want mental peace. Mental peace is very, very important to me in this coming year. That's something I feel I've been lacking over the past year. And hopefully over the next year, as I do this new venture, I want to document every single thing so you guys see from scratch how I'm doing it, because this is the only thing that I'm focusing on. This is what I need to get done for you guys and myself as well, because one, it will prove you guys that, you know, it is definitely possible in a very, very short amount of time, and obviously the things that I'm telling you definitely. But I know we don't have much time left for this call. So just to give you guys quick updates before I just give it back to Ryan. You guys gave me feedback that we need to have cold callers and cold calling live examples. So I've got that done. So I'm going to be getting someone starting from the 3rd, where markets should open up, to do cold calls for 3 different niches. So you guys can see his live recordings of his calls, and basically you can see how he's doing it and how he's getting to the decision maker. Then I had also thought of an idea where I'm going to get Awais to record like an A to Z, how to set up your Facebook ad account, how to run lead gen ads, etc. And then I might come up with some sort of deal with him where I pay him on a monthly basis, and then he can just give you guys tech support on, you know, a couple of questions that you might have while getting your lead gen ad set up, instead of him having to come on these calls, because I feel like we're already occupied by you know, having a pretty good structure with Ryan, and then hopefully next week, inshallah, we'll have the cold calling expert. So I feel like that's a very good setup alongside the mindset training that we do, and then Awais gives you tech support. But I still need to kind of go over the details, but I'm just giving you like a rough plan of what I'm planning. But Ryan, I'll let you take over. How would you like to end this call? Any bit of advice?
Yeah, brilliant. First of all, thank you all for sharing your goals. I know it's never an easy thing, especially in front of other people as well, but I believe all of you will be easier to achieve all those goals. One thing that I want to share with you is a poem that you may have come across before. It's from an excerpt of Think and Grow Rich. Don't know if any of you have heard of that book before, but I think I read this when I was 16, 17. And this quote has always stuck with me, and it will be really relevant to your situation now. So I'll quickly just read it out. I bargained with life for a penny, and life would pay no more. However, I begged at the evening when I counted my scanty store. Life is just an employer. He gives you what you ask. But once you've set the wages, why, you must bear the task. I worked for a menial's hire only to learn this way, that any wage I'd asked of life, life would have willingly paid. You'll never come across a truer statement there. If you say your goal is 10K, you're not going to reach 50K. If your goal is 50K, you're going to start getting ways and involved in a direction of life that will open that up. You'll always limit yourself because there's a complete abundance in this world. I know it's easier said than done, but with your goals, they're all achievable. So long as you actually believe them and work towards them, if you set that to be your goal, you will get the challenges and everything involved in that arena to get you to that goal. So just be mindful that whenever there's a resistance, whenever there's a challenge, it's who you are and who you're trying to become as you evolve. The resistance comes from the fact that we don't know because we haven't been there. So we have to go through that journey as you've all been. And it will pull pieces away from you, take things away, add more things into the mix. The one thing I'd always say is no matter how hectic it may ever feel, you've always got to be able to try and detach yourself from the emotions you feel, from the lack of certainty, from the unknown. It will always be there, but it will become much easier as time goes on. Because again, you'll see even the conviction Azam has. I'm blessed to have seen Azam go through his journey from the very beginning when he worked with he's closing deals to then go and do what he's done now. I think it's phenomenal. And again, there's no better teacher I could tell you that you're with than that man, because he walks it and talks it. And be a great thing to embody from. But just be mindful of all the goals you set. Don't just throw a number out there because everyone else is. Make it actually tangible to you, because if not, I can show you records where I've done that. I can show you notebooks after notebooks for years and years where I've wrote ambiguous goals. They don't attach to anything. They don't mean anything. It's just a number I've plucked out of thin air. And if I've not found a way to ground it and create reason behind why I need to go up and do that, things will happen that will just sway you off life, and that your goals will kind of disappear if you're not careful. So with whatever your goals you've got, make sure you actually break them down more to where you can see the strategic actions you have to take. Maybe it's jumping on 3 sales calls a day. If you know that 3 sales calls a day based on the sales numbers gets you that figure, your goals then become more involved in the activity. If I'm taking 3 calls a day, I need to make sure I've got a good mindset. I need to make sure I've done the right preparation. And you can then create your mini goals for the actions you have to take that lead to the end. And I know everyone's got the 10K goal. I think it's a great milestone to hit, and it will push and pull things. Because if some of you have just come from conventional, and this is the first time venturing into the business world, yeah, you can have a little shock. It's like dipping your toe into the cold water to start with. It's like, oh, but actually you'll get warm up really quick when you go in. It's not that scary. I promise you that. Anything where you see resistance, see beyond it, because it's just there to challenge you and go, you said you want this, yeah? You're going to have to go through here to get that. As that poem says as well, life will give you exactly what you ask of it. So be very mindful of that internal dialogue that you've got going on. It can get very critical sometimes if not careful. It can become very self-destructive if not careful, because you're also trying to protect who you were before and who you're going to become. So just be very mindful that the best way I could explain it, there's this. You got the crabs in the ocean, right? These little crabs that have the shells. Yeah. As they grow bigger, they have to leave their shell. Obvious, right? It's part of nature. This is why we face these things still. It's all within nature. As you get bigger, stronger, you have to go find a new shell. You have to find a new home for where you belong, and a marketplace, a business, an opportunity that's going to allow you to develop that goal within. Because the past opportunities wouldn't have done that. This opportunity does. And just remember, in that time, when maybe you've taken the shell off and you're walking towards your bigger shell and growing inside of it, you're going to feel. I think just always be mindful that you're going to have all those feelings, whatever they are, however they manifest. Yeah, challenges will always come up as well. Expect them to happen, because they will. Don't be looking for them when they come along. Of course, it's going to be like them. I've asked for it, so I'm going to get the equal pull from the universe to say, hey, I've got to go through this to get to that. And I will tell you, it gets far easier once you see a solid foundation of your skills be built with sales, business, with marketing, and you have a full round understanding of how to run everything. Because then the next journey, I'm not sure what phase it is, but when you start adding employees and adding contractors and adding more leverage, that's the big thing I'd always say is a great goal as well. When you can get your time back, just don't try to get your time back before you've done the work, because it will then cause this push and pull where you'll be trying to do everything, trying to have the time. There'll be some sort of sacrifice short term. But in this space, what I can tell you is because of the scale, because of how much demand there is for what it is you're offering, it won't take very long. It's just about keeping focused in that moment. It's all a mind game in this online space. It really
absolutely 100%. It definitely is a mind game. You know, guys, it's crazy. It's crazy how much of a mind game this is. Until you actually do it, you won't understand the importance of this statement. It's all a mind game. It literally all is a mind game. Other businesses are more, hey, we have to have big amounts of capital to, you know, hire out a shop or buy a physical location. But in this business, it's just here. But whatever this legend here has said, please listen to it. Because, you know, this 10K a month goal, he's been there, done that when he was 19, when he was running, what was it? Window?
Yeah, so I hit my 10K a month in the first 6 months selling solar when I was 19 around the Norfolk countryside.
Yeah, so he's been there, done that. 10K a month is nothing crazy. You know, just whatever I know about sales, it's from Ryan over here. So, you know, inshallah, we'll have plenty of opportunities moving forward to learn what I've learned from him. Because when you combine sales and the outbound systems that we're giving you, and potentially even the lead gen systems, there's no chance you don't get to multiple 6 figures to 7 figures. There's no chance. Yeah, guys, we want to be respectful of everyone's time. Also, Ryan's. We'll end the call over here. If you have any questions, do let me know. Let's have a solid week coming forward, which is the new year, and you know, let's really take use of the momentum that we have with the new year coming. Everyone's excited. Everyone wants to grow their business, and we're the people that can help them. So let's actually do that. But yeah, guys, I will catch you soon. I really appreciate you coming on this call, Ryan. We'll look forward to seeing you again the week after next.
Fantastic. Good to speak to you all. And Azam, I'm very happy if anyone wants to reach out and want to help get more clarity on their goals, I'm happy to do that. So if you want to, I can give them my Instagram or get you in, you can get me into one of your groups. I'm happy to, I'm happy to do that. I'd rather give you all clarity because it's an exciting time, and yeah, I'll do what I can to help you all.
Yeah, definitely. We'll figure something out. Either it's Insta or maybe I don't know what else you prefer, WhatsApp, etc. But we'll ask you after this call, and then we'll get that sorted.
Yeah,
all right, guys. I'll catch you soon.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you.